Wow. Thank you so much for coming. When I saw the RSVP list, I said, yeah, sure, 100 and whatever people, but sure only half will come up, and this is unbelievable. So thanks very much to all of you for coming. It's absolutely magnificent. And I'm not just saying that because I already had a couple of glasses of wine to drink. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Margot Garrison. I'm the current director of ICME. Yep. And also an alumna. I was here in the precursor program SCCM and graduated in '96. And I have to say there are people from my years here. So all of them raise their hands and wave and jump up and down. It's right. And Vincent here, you jump up and down a little bit more because he came all the way from Shanghai. Hey! Right. Well, this is not just our 10-year anniversary celebration. It's a great excuse when you're 10 years to have a big party, and we love parties here. So, but also yesterday we got officially renewed for another 5 years. Right. And somebody from the Committee on Graduate Study who voted in favor was supposed to be here tonight. David Sigmund, is he around? He left already. Anyway, then it doesn't matter. He already voted and signed. We thought we invite the whole committee to influence the vote. But tonight, this is a culmination of many years, and there's many people to thank for where we are right now, and that's really what this speech is about. I'm not into really long speeches, but I did want to just give you a little bit of history because ICME has been a long time in the making, and scientific computing and computational mathematics, of course, have been very strong at Stanford for absolute years, and we cannot have a celebration like this without acknowledging the start with SCCM, which was started by Gene Gollop. And one of the reasons I mention that is because Gene Gollop, who unfortunately passed away in 2007, we still think of him a lot. He's, as you know, the grandfather of numerical linear algebra, started scientific computing computational mathematics in 1989, and then that ultimately became ICME in 2004. But we're dedicating tonight to him our conference room, which is now forever known as the Gene Gollop Meeting Room. And so, so it's just around the corner. It's a conference room that we use a lot, and there's now 2 pictures of Gene there, one artistic impression and one actual photograph. So hopefully that will inspire many, many generations of students to come. Now, of course, at the time also we had people like Joe Oliger, Joe Caliber. I don't think he's here today. I was hoping he could come. Joe, are you here? No Joe spotted? No? Joe's in France. Okay, well then obviously not. And people like George Papanikolaou couldn't make it tonight. And then we had Michael Saunders and Walter Murray. Now they should be here. Michael? Yeah, there's Michael. Oh! And actually, Michael is one of the first people I want to officially thank because he has been, as I sometimes jokingly tell him, part of the furniture. When we when we moved into this building, he was one of the first people to move in. He is always around. He's always here to talk to. And I know several of you, when you filled out our survey, said, Michael Saunders needs to be put in the spotlight. So you're the first one we're going to put in the spotlight. And we have a very special T-shirt for you to indicate the ICME VIP shirt. Yeah.
Perfect for Sunday tennis.
Thanks, Michael, for all your incredible work. I have to give him a lot of bottles of wine to say that. Now, is Walter here? He's missing out. Oh, well. So a big thank you to Walter, too. Now, we have yeah, absolutely. So maybe people that, students that are here right now, you only know Walter from CME 204 or 304, and you may or may not have really nice memories of that course. But let me just tell you that Walter Murray has been instrumental in setting up SCCM and ICME, and for quite a few years he was one of the mainstays of the program, and without him ICME really wouldn't be here. He was there when we needed him most. And so unfortunately he's not here, but we'll make sure to give him a VIP t-shirt when he comes in. Now in 2004 ICME was founded. There were many faculty involved at the time, and a couple of these faculty I just want to mention. One was Parviz Moin, who couldn't be here tonight, but he was the founding director and he was very instrumental in getting the program up the ground. So he's on the plane right now, I think coming back from some important meeting in DC. So here's to Parviz then from all of us. Maybe he will see the video. And then after him, we had a director, Peter Glynn. He also couldn't make it tonight. I don't know how we did this to get both of the previous directors unavailable to come. But Peter did an incredible job between 2006 and 2010, leading ICME and consolidating it. And then I've been here since then, and it's been wonderful to work here after all the work that they did. Now, there is many other people, of course, who are very important, and I am just going to tell you though, also for those of you who haven't been here for a while, we're growing a lot. You know, there's lots of new developments in ICME, and I think that's splendid. And we're growing also in people, and I just want to make sure that you all see the people who are active in ICME now and are the building blocks of ICME. So we have staff. We have Emily, we have Antoinette, we have, of course, Indira. Yeah. And we're going to come back to Emily and Antoinette in a little bit, but now it's time to actually, because of the applause, obviously, Indira is very dear to all of us. Now, it so happened that there is somebody celebrating a 10th year anniversary this year, and that's Indira, because in November, she will be with us for 10 years. And so Indira, please come up. She doesn't like these things very much. I'm not going to ask you to give a speech unless you want to. But because you've been so amazing, and certainly also on a personal note, you've been the mainstay for me, student services manager, unbelievable what you do for the students. You're always there for them. And so many people, when they filled out our little survey, but who should we acknowledge tonight, said, don't forget Indira, so we're not forgetting you. We know you you really love flowers. Indira, one of the things she does, she always brings flowers in. And I come in here in the morning and there is another, little rose or gladiole, whatever type of flowers you cut from your garden, and it's on the table, which is lovely. And because of this, we thought we'd give you a nice vase to put them in. And so Emily will hand it to you. Thanks very much, Indira. There's a little flag. And here's another little something for you as well. Now, Indira usually takes the bus, and this is a very heavy vase, but I can drop it off at your house if you want to. But thanks very much again. ICME just wouldn't be the same without you. Yeah. Now, let's see, where do we start? Going back to the team, so we've had Indira. Now, Brian Tempero, where's he? Brian. So some of you know him from the Durand days. Others know Brian from the early days in ICME here in this building. And at that time, he was IT support and a bit of admin, and then he was full-time IT. Brian is back. And now, Brian has a new baby, and that's the Hive right there, right? So the Hive, For those of you, there's a nice fractal going. I think Michael created that fractal. That's our new visualization facility, and it was officially open today, and many people commented it was the first time they saw a demo of a new facility that was flawless. And so Brian, thanks to you. And I can tell you that he worked his butt off the last couple of months just to get this going, and I know you had many sleepless nights, including last night, but it went really well. And here's a little thank you yeah, absolutely, Brian. Wonderful to have you back. All right, so that was Brian. Now who else do we have? There's lots of people who are helping us out at the moment, and one of them is sitting right there. It's Mary. Maybe you haven't seen her, but she is setting up the new alumni database. And so she's helping out with that. And Mary, I just wanted to give you something as well, because you've been helping with setting up the party. And so we have a bottle of wine for you so you can continue the party at home tonight. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, so that's Mary. Now, I also wanted to do a shout out for Ben. Ben, where are you? There's Ben. And he's taping, so he cannot come to me, but he's going to get something on Monday. So Ben is our studio person and our video guy, and he's helping us with online learning, and he's just absolutely fabulous. So we're sharing him with SDVP just across the road. So he's sort of you sort of have a joint position, right? Yeah, that's right. So it's wonderful to have him there as well. And then the other person who was instrumental with the Hive is Philip. Philip, are you still around? No? Okay. So just want to have a shout out to Philip here. So Philip. Yeah. So just a little shout out to you, Philip, for doing an amazing job with the Hive. Philip is here, first on the temporary contract, but he's so good. We really want to keep him for forever. So we'll try to get you, or to keep you here for much longer. Philip is a fantastic visualization expert, software developer. So he wrote a lot of the code that is driving the Hive, and without him, the demos today just wouldn't have worked. So thanks very much, Philip, for all the hard work. It's fantastic. Yeah, oh. Right. Now there's also other people that not always visible, but they're working very hard in the background, helping with new master's projects and new courses. So I just want to give a shout out to them too. Is KK here, who is heading the Mathematical Computational Finance master's track, and we're just really happy to have you, KK. And I know we're going to hear a lot from you in the future. So for those of you who haven't met him yet, KK. Also known as Kapil, Jane. And there's Bill Behrman. Just a little shout out to him. Bill is helping develop data science courses. And the amazing thing is Bill and I were students together. So who would have known 20 years ago, or even longer than that we would end up standing here, now and working together. So that's wonderful. And Patrick, is Patrick still around? Yeah, Patrick LeGressley is working with us too now. He runs all our programming courses. Wonderful to have him around. And then Hung Lee, is he still here? No, he left? Okay. But he's one of our instructors, and Vadim is an instructor. And then we have Karen Mattis. Where is Karen? Has she left? Well, most of you alumni will meet her because she's helping us with the alumni reconnection and the alumni database. And we all even have an ex-staff member here tonight, Chris Kabalek. Where are you, Chris? Oh, there you go. And Chris is wearing the sweatshirt from his new employer, NVIDIA. Our badges are not big enough to cover all of it. So we just tried to cover the logo, Well, I have a whole other list of people I wanted to thank, but I think they've all escaped. So is Jim still around, or Kurt Frank? No, Jim Plummer's our dean. He was very instrumental in ICME, so he will get the T-shirt, but he will have to wait until Monday. And Laura Bryvokel from the dean's office, who's helped us with fundraising. As you know, we've been successful in the last couple of years with some fundraising, so that's great. And then we have people from the dean's office, other people. Rita Hernandez, is Rita here? No, we missed her. But she's in human resources, and she helped us a lot in the last couple of years. And Tamara Winston from SOE Finance. No, not also gone, but anyway, also so great person to have. Now, apart from the people that are working with us right now, there are also a couple of people we just want to put in the spotlight who have really, for us, encapsulated the spirit of ICME. And I'm going to go back to 2004 and the first group of ICME PhD students. So they, all of them, and you know where they are now. I don't have to ask them anymore to raise their hands. They've always been like that. It's okay. I worked for them. Yeah. So raise your hands, all of you from 2004, the first ICMEs. Look at that. It's fantastic. Now, I have to say, for those people, they had a really difficult choice to make, because when they came in, they got the question, do you want to get an ICME degree or an SCCM degree? And I think almost all of them said the future is with ICME, so they chose ICME. And it's just fantastic to have them here. Now, the students know about them through a little video as well that they sent recently. And all of the students who are preparing for qualifying exams should see that YouTube video. And as I told you in the email, said these people who were fretting about their qualifying exam, they all turn out just fine, you know, and so will you. But there are two people in this group that I owe a lot to, and that ICME owes a lot to, and they're going to both get an ICME VIP T-shirt. And the first one is the person who probably spent most hours in the car getting here from Colorado with his drum set, because he is going to play for the band. And that's and that's Paul. Now I can talk about Paul for a long time. We've known each other for a while now. But when we asked people again, you know, who should we highlight? Paul's name came up quite a bit, and with phrases like, he was the glue in our first year here and later on. He was the one who embodies the spirit of ICME, which I think is very poetic. Fits you, right? Right? But in the last few years also, I mean, Paul and I have worked a lot together, and you've been just fantastic for ICME. You've come back and give courses, and you talk to our students, and you invited me to the School of Mines. And
I've got mine students here.
And he brings mine students to work with us. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable what you've done. I know you're going to be hanging around here a lot, and that's just fantastic. So if anybody from the alumni deserves an ICME VIP shirt, it's you. So let me give you one of those here. Yeah.
We need a picture with all the 2004 people.
Yeah, he wants a picture with all the 2004 people, absolutely. But there's another student in that group that I want to highlight, and he was actually one of the ones recommending Paul, but you know, little does he know that he's going to get a T-shirt too, and that's David Gleich. Yeah. Now, like Paul, David has been amazing ever since. Also, during his studies here, and then oh, see, that's his spirit. I like it. Beautiful. During his studies here, and also afterwards with Paul, he came back and taught short courses, and you're a very regular visitor. I don't know how many seminars you've given in Michael Saunders' seminar series. 5? I think it's 2 a year on average. You're the reason he keeps his research fresh and new, because every time he needs to present something else, right?
3 more in the pipeline.
So, okay. So David, thanks so much for everything you do for ICME as well. Right. Now, I have a couple of shout-outs for people, just general shout-outs. The people that I should have started with are the current ICME students, because for me, this job wouldn't be so much fun without them. They're an amazing bunch of students, and so everybody, shout out for the current ICME students. Please jump up and down or raise your hand so we all know where you are. Right. Woohoo! No. If we are at all successful at ICME, getting funding from different places, thanks to them, because they are our commodity. I say, we sell you to companies. Now, there are also a couple of faculty members around today, and the faculty, we have 50 affiliated faculty members in ICME, and I saw Trevor, and I saw Jean-Luca, and who else is here? Tony Jameson was here, but I think left. But of course, Lexing here as well. Who else is here? Well, the faculty. And Michael, of course. And then Margot. But anyway, they're amazing help for me, and they do a lot of work in the background that you don't always see. So here's a big shout out to the ICME affiliated faculty. Right? And of course, Michael Minion. Michael, are you here? Well, but you count. You're a full-fledged ICME family member. So Michael Minion, who's a consulting professor with us, and Ron, is Ron still here? Ron Droor? No, he's left, but Ron Droor has also been amazing. Okay, now. We have, before I give the microphone to other people who want to say a few words, we have 2 folks I want to especially acknowledge because they're responsible for the greatness of this party and the quality of the food and the quantity of the wine and the name tags and the mugs, and you all need to take one of those home and all sorts of other things. And there's Antoinette and Emily. So we'll start with... Come on here. So we start with Antoinette. Now, Antoinette hasn't been with us for all that many months, but she's been absolutely fabulous. And I know that Emily couldn't have done what she did preparing for all of this, not just the parties tonight, because we had the Hive opening as well, but also the renewal reports. This poor Antoinette, when she came in, we said, well, we have a little report to write that needs to be done in April, and she started, I think it was March that you started, and so she dove straight in, and she's been incredible. So Antoinette, thank you so much for all your assistance. I'm very happy to have you on board. And then the final person I want to give something to is Emily. Come on here. Emily Roberts. So Emily started almost a year ago with us, and she did an unbelievable job this last year getting us ready for renewal and and sorting out all our finances and everything else. And to me, you've just been a life savior. And so Emily, thanks very much for all your hard work, and I hope you enjoy what's in this envelope. And yeah. Right. Okay. So now after this, we'll have, of course, more food, and we have to finish all the desserts, and we have the ICME band play. Woo! Yes. And no, I am not singing because Jean-Luca is not playing the guitar. Of course, he says he's not playing the guitar because I'm not singing, but... Yeah. That's right. But anyway, we have a couple of other people who said they wanted to say a few words. It's open mic, actually, so if you want to come up and say a few things, then you're very welcome. But I want to invite the people up to who said they would. That's Sergey and Gigi and Niloy and David and Monsi. And you don't have to do it all at once, obviously. So, you want to start?
Yeah, why not? Thank you. Hello. I thought we were all going to come up at once, so they shafted me. Thanks. But I thought that I would do a pastoral take on ICME, and through that lens, talk about what it's meant to me and about a bit about my life here. So first, a bit of background. I'm a first year in the master's program, and I'm from London. And as an international student, thank you. As an international student, I've spent a lot of time thinking about what it means to call a place home. And in my thoughts, I've boiled down this idea to two reasons. Two ingredients that I believe, when put into the melting pot of everyone's daily life here at Stanford, can turn a place into a home. And the first is comfort. We're always comfortable at home, right? And I don't know if many of you know this, but there is a couch on the top floor there that almost everyone I know has slept in at some point or another. Right? We are so physically comfortable in ICME. It's really amazing. And from the experiences of the many students that I've spoken to, many of whom have fallen asleep on top of the Matrix Computations textbook by Golub and Van Loan, I can only assume that that's a really good pillow to use. So if you ever find yourself up there, use that. Mentally comfortable too. Everyone's door is always open. Right? And that leads to a really collaborative atmosphere, really an atmosphere that engages and allows you to engage in open debate. And I personally am very grateful because of the sheer amount of rubbish that comes out of my mouth when we're discussing problem sets. I'm so grateful. No one would listen to me if there wasn't this collaborative atmosphere, so I really appreciate that. Thank you. The second reason, thank you. The second reason that turns a place into a home is that there are people there that become your family. And I'm sure many of you have experienced this, and it's not just because I downed a glass of wine very quickly just before I came here. But as many of you know, the core courses are very challenging. They're very challenging, and through the trials and tribulations of CME 302, numerical linear algebra, stochastic methods in engineering, through those trials and tribulations, we as the first years have bonded, and we look out for each other when one of us is down. We help them up. And they become somewhat of a family to me. Oh. However, this family extends just beyond the first years. There are the TAs and the PhD students in higher years that drag us through the courses when we're finding it too difficult. Thank you, I appreciate it. There are the administrative staff that sort out our lives when we don't even know about it. There are the professors of the courses, of course, that are imparting their knowledge to us. And there are the textbooks, Golub and Van Loan, Trefethen and Bau, and Grimmett and Sterzacker, that remind me of like the stories that we hear from our ancestors. Like the stories of what our ancestors used to do and the great things that we can aspire to do. And all those things create a little family for us. So to me, ICME has provided me with a place to do interesting and challenging courses. It's provided me with state-of-the-art computing resources should I need it. And most importantly, it's provided me with a fully functioning printer all the time. But much more than that, it's provided me with a place on the other side of the world that I can call home. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. Thank you.
Nice job. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Hi, guys. My name's David. I'm a first-year PhD student here, and I'm from the Bay Area. So growing up, was always sort of growing up in the shadows of Stanford in this place, and to finally get to come here last fall was really kind of a dream come true. When I came here to ICME last fall, I didn't quite know what to expect. I was really excited to dig into research and to take classes with names like numerical linear algebra and theoretical partial differential equations. And immediately, in just the first day, I was struck by how special of a place ICME is. Meeting such a diverse group of people who are all in one place to tackle the bleeding edge of computational science and mathematics it made ICME feel like home from day one. And it helped that after the first couple weeks, I was spending more time here than at my actual home. As the year progressed, of course, as we all did, I had a lot of memorable experiences here. From eating cookies with Reza in discrete math and algorithms, where's Reza? There he is. To the famous or perhaps infamous final project in Walter Murray's optimization course. Yeah. My horizons were broadened in these classes, as well as in the amazing research opportunities that ICME allowed me to pursue in computational physics and computer vision. Now, the year's starting to come to an end. I and all the other first years are getting prepared to take quals, so crunch time is here. But as this year comes to a close, I just would like to say thank you to everybody that has made ICME such a wonderful experience and place to be. So thank you to all the faculty and staff and all the other students that have made this such a supportive and welcoming community. Yeah, this year has really, it'll be one I will never forget. So thanks to everybody, and here's to the next 10 years.
Good evening, everybody. I can't believe it has been 10 years. You know, guys, it has been more for me. So I've been one of the lucky people who didn't have to make a choice. I got an SCCM degree and ICME degree. Can we just do a brief show of hands? How many of you guys actually have SCCM degrees? You know, it's good not to be alone. But so it has been, what, a year, actually, 30th of May, a year ago, I had my defense. And, you know, I was actually, at the end, I was kind of rushed. I was feeling, you know, it's time to go. You know, it has been too much, maybe 13 years, right? And I pushed through, and I got the signatures. And then the second I got that email from Registrar, you know, the tide has turned. First, they took my key. Then they took my access to the buildings. Then they took my email. You know, I felt like somebody was taking me off light support. So it has been a year, you know, it's great to be here, but like for the students who are currently in, you know, value your time here. I mean, those homeworks, those assignments may be very hard, very painful, right? Research can be very frustrating. I know, I've been through this, but trust me, once you're done with this, you're gonna miss those days dearly. And going back to the day, so I came here in the year of 2000, right? Came from Eastern Europe, going to such an elite university as Stanford. Gene Golub was, you know, the grandfather of the program. And, you know, I was thinking I would have to present at a seminar with Gene, Michael, Walter, all sitting there, like many other great people, right? And like, oh my God, like I'm so intimidated, right? What was a surprise when I met Gene, you know? He was such a lively, just nice guy, you know? He's like a caliber of a researcher he was. I was very surprised. I mean, he took me in, and all of us, students back then, as family, right? We became his extended family. He would loan me his bike for a month, you know? We would go out for dinners, talk about life, you know? And part of this actually made this experience at SCCM great, because we would study matrix computations during the day, and then at night, we would have this friendly chat with Gene about his accounts of householder, how they had shared a bottle of wine or something, you know. It just made the experience so holistic, you know, and I fell in love with numerical analysis back then, and as you can tell, it's been a while since I percolated up to the top. And to be honest with you, I actually came up with an idea how to extend it even further, right? So I graduated last year, but I'm gonna do my walk this year. So in 2 weeks, my advisor is gonna actually hoot me. But after that, I'm running out of ideas, if you guys. So I don't wanna keep you guys waiting here, but this is a wonderful opportunity for us to all be here, share ideas, meet new friends, see old friends, and I only hope there'll be more and more chances like that. And I'm really looking forward, and thank you very much.
Hello. Hi. I'm Monse Medina. I started as a PhD student in 2008, and I would normally not do this, but I had a conversation with Margot last week, and that we were discussing about new students and how they are lured by what Silicon Valley offers out there. And I thought that it would be good to share my experience. So I was one of those who was lured 2 years into the program. I actually went ahead and started a startup. I thought that I was ready, but it's been very painful, very, very painful. Finally, 3 years and a half into it, things are going really well for us. However, I still like to stay in touch with ICME because I do have a lot to give back to the program. So in 2000, I came to Stanford and made it into aeronautics. I had done my undergraduate in aeronautics. And I remember Walter offered me the possibility to change to ICME. And that actually completely changed my career path. I went from doing aeronautics, which was encapsulating me in this field, to being able to explore anything I would do. ICME was giving me the skill set to just take whatever field I would want to take, math-related, obviously, and tackle it and be able to grow into that field. And so because of that, I just have so much to give back to the program. And I actually am very, very glad that ICME has been extended for 5 more years, right? This gives me a chance to come back in the future. So I hope that in 5 years I will be able to come back. Otherwise, maybe they can extend 5 more years for me to come back. Okay, so thank you very much.
All right, hello, I'm Chichi Wang. So I'm one of the first year ICME students. So with these guys, graduated about 5 years ago. And as a member, I really feel like this is a very special family. So a lot of you have seen like our course video. This is one of the things, like we are the first class to take the course. We had no idea what's beyond us. And this kind of a special experience, being through all these uncertainties together, being through these first times together, really bonds us. I think we are really a special family, a special community. And that shows like even after we graduate, this is such a great opportunity for us to kind of come back, reuniting with other classmates and also faculty members. So thank you so much for making this happen. And and it shows up like even after we graduate, we had a lot of collaboration, talking to each other. Paula and I just got a DOE grant together, and we are very excited in working together further on this. And so we are special. ICME is special in the sense, seeing from the mathematicians, we are like engineers. We can really apply mathematics to real problems. And seeing from the engineers, we are mathematicians, we can make rigorous theories. And so we are kind of this special class that really working together, making a lot of things happen. So it's great. So won't you hold your more for the ICME band? So we are really looking forward to that.
So I think the band is setting up. If there are any other people who want to say something, now is your time to speak or forever hold your peace. Well, you're welcome. Yeah. So enjoy the rest of the evening. The band will start to play pretty soon. Paul, how far are you? How close are you to playing? 10 minutes, in 10 minutes. So please finish the desserts and we'll have some music later.